Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Millie and I'm a veterinary nurse. I've been qualified since 2022 and I currently own 6 rescue guinea pigs. In today's video, we're going to be talking about something really important, and that is hay. First of all, what is hay? Hay is essentially a mixture of grasses and greens and plants that's all dried up, and it is an essential part of a guinea pig's diet. Why does hay matter? So guinea pigs are hindgut fermenters, so this means that they need a constant stream of dietary fibre in the form of hay. So a guinea pig that isn't getting enough hay in their diet, they could end up with something called ileus. So this is where the guinea pig's guts are not moving and it can be really life-threatening for them. Really, really important that we do get that hay into the diet. Guinea pigs also have teeth that are constantly growing. So the reason that we give so much hay is because it provides really good roughage to kind of grind those teeth down. If those teeth do become overgrown or they're not getting enough sort of high quality hay, then that can be really painful for them and can require veterinary intervention as well. So guinea pigs naturally do like to forage and graze, so hay is a really essential part of their diet in terms of encouraging these natural behaviours. So guinea pigs just constantly want to be chewing on something. If you do not provide them with enough hay, then they will find something else to chew on, whether that be the size of their cage or any other sort of things that they could get their teeth on. Okay, so the first type of hay that we are introducing today is Timothy hay. This is the most standard type of hay that you will probably find to feed your guinea pig. Timothy hay is a really good type of hay for adult guinea pigs to be eating. It's got a nice amount of roughage for grinding those teeth down, and it's really high in dietary fibre as well, so it's good for keeping those guts moving. It's not too high in calcium or protein, which is really good in terms of helping to prevent those bladder stones forming. It's a really good all-round type of hay, so it's perfect for adult guinea pigs. So the second type of hay I want to talk about is orchard grass hay. So I don't actually have an example of this particular hay, but it is quite similar to Timothy in that it is kind of one of the more sort of standard hays that people tend to feed their guinea pigs. Orchard grass hay tends to be a little bit sweeter and softer than Timothy hay. So it's not quite as good for kind of grinding down those teeth and providing that roughage, but it's still really good in terms of dietary fibre. Again, not quite as much dietary fibre as the Timothy hay will provide, but this can be a hay that is a bit more kind of tasty for guinea pigs. So if your guinea pig doesn't like Timothy hay, orchard grass hay is a really good option to try for them. So next up we have meadow hay. And meadow hay is a mixture of grasses, different dried plants, and it can also contain some flowers and herbs as well. This type of hay can offer a lot in terms of variety of different textures and flavours for guinea pigs. So it's really good at encouraging that sort of foraging behaviour because the guinea pigs do like to pick out the different bits that are mixed into this hay. This does tend to be a tastier type of hay just because it's got so many different things included in there. So it offers a lot of variety in terms of nutrients, is also quite good for that kind of roughage as well. It's not quite as coarse as the Timothy hay, so we're not getting quite as much of that grinding action on the teeth, but it's still really good in terms of sort of dietary fibre and getting those guts moving. Because meadow hay is made up of a mixture of different types of grasses and plants, you might also see variation in terms of the quality of this type of hay, depending on what kind of season we have, what sort of plants are growing in the different meadows. It will depend on what exactly the composition of this hay is. So another type of hay that we can offer our guinea pigs is alfalfa hay. And once again, I don't actually have an example of this hay. Alfalfa hay is not a type of hay that you'll want to be feeding your guinea pigs on a daily basis. It is quite high in both calcium and protein, so it can lead to the formation of things like bladder stones, which we really want to avoid. This type of hay is really good for very young guinea pigs, so guinea pigs that are under sort of 6 months old, and it can also be really good for pregnant females as well. So that higher level of calcium really helps to kind of promote bone health, and for baby growing guinea pigs it can be quite good, but it definitely is not something you want to be feeding an adult guinea pig on a daily basis. Next up we have oat hay, and once again this hay is a little bit more of a kind of treat hay, so it's definitely not something you want to be feeding on a daily basis. This hay tends to be quite palatable. It's really nice and tasty for them, so it's good for kind of picky eater guinea pigs that don't tend to enjoy the Timothy hay as much. Basically this comes from the oat plant and it's harvested before the oat is actually fully mature. It does tend to have less of a fibre fibre content compared to Timothy hay, so it's not quite as good for that kind of roughage, grinding the teeth down. Because it is quite a calorie dense hay, it can actually contribute to obesity. It could be good for guinea pigs that are a bit underweight. If you have a guinea pig that isn't that keen on some of the other hays, you can always try a bit of oat hay just to kind of help them gain a little bit of weight. So I'm not actually the biggest fan of oat hay. I just find that the seed heads can be a little bit spiky and kind of sharp for my piggies to be eating. And I do kind of worry about one of those sharp seed heads getting sort of stuck in one of my guinea pigs' mouths and causing discomfort for them. So I do tend to avoid oat hay where possible. And finally, I just want to mention straw. Straw is okay to use for bedding for guinea pigs, especially if you have kind of like an outdoor setup, but really it has absolutely no nutritional value in terms of eating. Like I said, it's okay to use for bedding in sort of colder months, but you really want to be providing some sort of feeding hay alongside this. So something else to mention is that the quality of hay that you'll find really does vary between different brands. So with hay, you do kind of get what you pay for. So I've just got an example here of two different hays, and both of these are actually Meadow hays. So they are calling themselves the exact same type of product, but I mean, you can just see in this video, they are so different. This Meadow hay is really nice and green and fresh, and this other hay is really brown and stemmy and just dry looking. And it just really doesn't look like it has any nutrients left in it at all. So, I mean, this was something that I actually had given to me with one of my recent rescues. So it's not something that I've gone out and bought, but this is kind of an example of a type of hay that you want to be avoiding. So when you're looking for a really good quality hay, you want to make sure you've got something that's nice and green and fresh smelling, as opposed to something that's kind of brown and dry and really stemmy. You'll always want to get hay that is dust extracted. So if you get hay that does not have the dust extracted from it, it's really going to carry a lot of that kind of fine, dusty material, which is really bad for your guinea pig's respiratory systems, and it can lead to kind of breathing issues in them. So always go for dust extracted hay, and you want to make sure it's free of mold as well. So before you put any hay in your guinea pig's cage, always make sure to give it a really good check over, give it a smell. You do not want to be giving your guinea pigs moldy hay, because this could lead to some serious health issues for them. When you're storing your hay, you want to make sure you keep it somewhere nice and dry and clean. So any sort of moisture in the air is going to be making that hay more susceptible to getting damp and mouldy. So again, we don't want any mould. Make sure to provide unlimited amounts of hay. So guinea pigs should never have to kind of reach for hay or get it out of like a hay rack or a hay bag or anything like that. It should be easily available to them at all times. It's also a risk with these kind of products of guinea pigs getting stuck in them. And I have heard lots of stories of guinea pigs getting trapped in things like hay bags, and that can be really stressful for them and really dangerous as well. So I just generally would recommend to avoid these kind of products. You want to make sure you're replacing your hay on a daily basis, even multiple times a day if you can. This is because guinea pigs really like to use the hay for everything. So they're eating it, they're pooping in it, they're peeing in it, they're sleeping in it. So, you know, they really do not discriminate. They will use that hay for everything. So you really want to make sure you're taking that old hay out and replacing it with fresh. When you're giving lots of high quality hay, it's going to make your guinea pigs want to drink more water as well. So always make sure they have a water bottle that's easily accessible, just because, you know, having all that dry material is going to make them really thirsty. So always make sure they've got access to fresh, clean water as well. So that was a bit of a breakdown of some different types of hay that you can offer to your guinea pigs. If you did like today's video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If there's any particular video that you do want to see from me in the future, please leave a message in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.